This is Opposite Attraction, Season 4, Episode 6. A salute to all nations, but mostly West Virginia.
Keep your arms, legs, and children inside the vehicle at all times, because this is Opposite Attractions. I am your host, Scottye Moore, joined as always by the littlest Mouseketeer, Jimothy Murphy.
What happened to my baby?
I left my baby outside the vehicle at all times.
We're doing child swap, it's fine.
Jim, I have ascended. I've ascended to a new plane of existence, for I have become one with the chicken guy.
Oh, I forgot about the chicken guy.
We went and stood in a line for, I think we probably waited less time for certain rides than we did to go to chicken guy. And I live texted you the entire experience. And it ain't good.
And it's weird how, most people love it. Most of the reviews are it's amazing. And you're just he's your man. And you're just nah, I'm fine.
Well, Guy is my boy, and you gotta shoot straight with your boy. And it's not that it's not good. It's almost like you have to find the good in it. It's almost like an artistic experience, because I ate there. I got the chicken, and I got 3 sauces because my girlfriend did not want one of her sauces. So I got, hold on, let me look, because I did steal a menu and it is now tacked to my wall. I did get the Nashville hot honey. I got the bourbon brown sugar barbecue, which was very good, and then the garlic parmesan. The garlic parmesan tasted like hot trash. If you like ranch, because it had a ranchy kind of taste to it, you'll be good.
I'm offended because those first 2 names were some of my favorite high school nicknames.
Yeah. What I ended up having to, and I also got the. Is it on the... No, it's not. I just have the sauces. That's it. I can't remember what they're... It's literally, go fuck yourself mac and cheese. He put, some dope wording in front of it. And that led me to be oh, this is gonna be some good, hot mac and cheese with some good spices. No, Jim Murphy. Guy Fieri fucked me and gave me plain-ass mac and cheese with some panko breadcrumbs. So,
I'm literally hearing people on Twitter they should just knock down the store and build more seating for Chicken Guy. That's what I'm hearing.
I had to go through the experience, and the experience was cutting up all of my chicken tendies, mixing it with the mac and cheese, and then pouring in the hot sauce and barbecue sauce. And that's when I had something roughly edible, and not normal chicken strips that you can get fucking anywhere.
So, you had a bad food experience, and then you had a bad ride experience on Fast and Furious Supercharged.
Well, hold on. Because now I feel like something's happened to me. Because firstly, this trip was the trip from hell. I just want to let you know that. We missed our flight Friday. I had to buy a new flight later that day. Bought that flight. Then Sunday night, we get back. She has work in the morning, so this is a flight that cannot be missed. Oh, because you missed your flight Friday, we canceled your returning flight. Eat an entire dick, airline who should not be named, but I will say...
No.
I will say I usually enjoy spirits, but I did not this weekend. So, yeah, it was a bad trip. But I'm gonna say, something's changed, because I did not like Chicken Guy, but I've gotten this weird, almost Stockholm Syndrome-esque love of Fast and the Furious Supercharged. Because it's almost like I put it on Twitter. It's so bad that it's good. Like it's reached that level with me because so much happens and so little happens all at once. Because there are points in the run where you can just be like, that dude's got a fucking flamethrower. Oh no, Vin Diesel's now climbing on a helicopter while it's in flight. While also you're like, what's this ride about? I have no idea.
Yeah. People, my favorite thing is people on Twitter just post the ride vehicle, and just the replies are just why.
Yeah.
Why.
But yeah, fun fact, pregnant women can't ride anything at Universal. Like, not a damned thing. We walked up to Jimmy Fallon, the shit garbage ride that I still haven't ridden, but I'm gonna assume can't ride it. Supercharged.
When you try to get on like the moving walkway, like a security guard tackle deal, like no,
you're not allowed.
Also
Fast
not
and
allowed.
Furious Supercharged, the ride where you sit, and that's it. She couldn't ride. Men in Black. Okay, to be fair, I did ride Men in Black, and I tried to get her to ride it with us, and our buddy Dylan was there and was like, "Yeah, don't ride this." She goes, "Why?" And he goes, "You'll understand when Scottye comes out." And I forgot about the bit halfway through where it turns into a fucking magic bullet and starts spinning your ass in circles. And then even E.T., the ride that I've ridden with alcohol poisoning, I think at one point, pregnant women can't ride it. And we were like, okay, this next part is a completely fictional story about something that did not happen ever at Universal theme parks. But we did get on the E.T. ride. And we just kind of looked, and the only explanation we could find for possibly why a pregnant woman could not ride is the lap bar. And we were like, yeah, but no, come on, man. But we did not pass a single ride that day that she could have ridden. Everything was off limits.
I told you, I looked it up, and literally the only thing you can do is like the Sinbad stunt show. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And you can shop. Pregnant people were allowed to shop there. That's good.
Yeah.
And you can look at Harry Potter. You can look at it.
Yeah, that's what she did. That's what we did. Like, it got to a point, though, where we were both tired, and we were like, we still had Islands of Adventure to do, and I'm like, you know this is going to be a whole lot of us walking around and seeing rides that we can't ride, right? And she goes, yeah.
There were a lot of people when I was doing the research that were like, oh, you could get in the queue, and then when you get to the chicken exit, you could just leave.
Yeah.
It's like, no, thank you.
That was what we were going to do for Harry Potter through Hogwarts. That way she could just explore Hogwarts, but no. Now, on to the Disney part of the trip, which was very fun because I forgot it was food and wine, and that was very good. We went to the Light Lab, which was really just needed more alcohol, and it would have been the best thing that they've ever done at Epcot.
They got rid of the drink I wanted when I was there, and I was very upset.
Oh, really?
Like, literally, like, the week before I went, they got rid of it. They had a drink that was in a, like a flask, like the triangular-shaped flask, whatever the hell that's named. You know what I'm talking about? Like the I'm a Scientist flask.
Yeah.
And it was 3 different colors. Like, I think it's like 3 different flavors, but they were poured in there so that they didn't mix together. Something like that. And it looked awesome, and that was different. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. They had I think they had 2 different flavors, but they were very awesome, and I definitely wanted to drink them. And then, like, literally, and you got to keep the little flask when you were done. And literally, like, 2 days before we went, it's like, sorry, not selling this anymore.
Now, my favorite part of the Light Lab was a gay guy walked up beside me, and it was his 21st birthday, and I've never gotten to enjoy seeing somebody as drunk as I've gotten at Disney World before. But this boy was beautiful. He was just like, they were just like, yeah, and this drink has like 3 different layers. And he was just like, oh, a whole rainbow of colors. That's excellent for this homo. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And my favorite was the bartender was like, first drink of the day. He's like, first 5th drink of the day. I'm like, slow down.
It's 11:30. What are you doing?
I reached a point where I looked at Emily like, I think I'm about to have to leave you and go be gay with this guy, because he is my new spirit animal. He was fantastic. Also fantastic was the crew of Figment. Because, Jim, let me tell you, I've told my whole family about the baby. I've told you, Blake, everyone. No one has had the reaction that I've wanted until I got on Figment. And they're like, what are y'all celebrating? Oh my god, yes! And I was like, I know, right? Jumping back and forth, so excited about it. So yeah, God bless y'all, Figment. And also, because I'm now just cruising through everything that I have to say about this trip, because we have to actually start doing the show soon. But hey, Jungle Cruise skippers, slow the fuck down. All of the worst skippers I've ever had, it's because they're trying to rush through their jokes. Just chill out. Pronounce your shit. People are gonna laugh because it's what they do. You don't have to speed through everything. So,
I don't think I've ever had a fast-talking skipper that I remember. I've had some really bad ones, but not because they were fast.
Yeah, it's because they get that nervous, fast energy of like, I'm gonna do these jokes, and then that's it. And now, my final thought on my trip to Disney World, which was very good. I enjoyed it very much. I got to ride the Spooky Mansion. But Casey's Corner, can y'all fucking chill for like a second? Can you just calm down for one moment? Because I never knew about the hot dog of the month thing they do.
Was it the hot Cheetos, or was that last month? That might have been last month.
Oh no, Jim. Okay, so, no. Apparently there was a hot Cheeto one recently. Last month, they had a jalapeno popper dog, which had jalapenos and then jalapeno poppers and then, like, cheese sauce and just fucking nasty. And then this month, I wanted the jalapeno popper dog, so I was like, let's go get that. Walked in. Unfortunately, it's changed. And now it's changed to a hot dog that they just fucking put mashed potatoes on top of. They just a layer of mashed potatoes, cheese, bacon. You can get a fully loaded potato on top of your hot dog. And it cannot be eaten. It can't.
You wanted a state fair hot dog, and they gave you like a KFC Famous Bowl hot dog.
Yes, exactly. Like, my favorite. I want to know if somebody goes in and buys that hot dog and then the mac and cheese hot dog, and it's just like a country cooking meal. So yeah, that was my Disney trip. That was the whole trip. Other than me crying a lot at the fact that certain airlines are full of dicks. It was very good. It was a good experience. All around, even with Chicken Guy disappointing me. Anyways, Jim, this is a podcast where we build our own themed park. And of course, we're rocking in the free world for this theme park because it's all based around the USA. And that, what's that? Heaven, West Virginia, Blue Eye Mountain, Shenandoah River.
It's the Blue Ridge Mountains. Please get it correct.
Blue Meth Mountain, Heisenberg delivers. Yeah, we're going to West Virginia this week. And you know what, Jim? I pulled a U. Because usually I like to make the exciting roller coasters or the dope spinny rides or the themed rides where you almost die. But this time I decided to make a show. Like an actual kind of like Mickey's PhilharMagic or Muppet Vision 3D, except it is going to be live. There are going to be people on it. And that's, well, I don't want to reveal the name yet. But
All right.
the show building, it's actually kind of like Nocturne Alley at Universal. It's hidden away. You can't find it unless you really know about it. And, like, the only way, we'll put it on the map, that way people know, but otherwise there's no way.
I mean, they had to put West Virginia on the map, so...
Yeah.
They didn't want to, but they did.
And so you walk down this secret alleyway, and you find yourself in, like, it's kind of themed to look like a parking garage. And you're walking down, and you're kind of, like, going deeper into the depths of this parking garage. And now you find yourself in, like, the room you get in before Muppet Vision or PhilharMagic or Ellen's Energy. Oh, Helen. They've destroyed the Ellen show building, and I almost cried when we went through Epcot, dude.
Like when you rode the monorail through, like that,
Yeah,
or when just
you
walking.
When you ride through the monorail, you can just see Ellen and her corpse, and I cried. Anyways, back to my
I did
ride.
say on Twitter that if they stopped right now, it would just look like the New World at Disney Store.
Actually, no, it looks really good now. We went in. Anyways, back to my ride.
Show.
Yeah, so you start hearing this bumping music and loud bass that's like shaking the ground as you're all surrounded by somewhere, and you are crowded behind a few small doors that announce that they will open auto-fabulously. And then on the screens in front of you, a creature of indeterminate species, gender, and also sexual orientation appears, and he tells you to turn off your cell phones, stay quiet, find a seat, and get ready for the time of your life on this, the Mothman's Cocaine Dance Party.
Yeah, that might need to be on the map, I think.
Yeah. So you enter into this beautiful, ornate, kind of like, imagine the Muppet Vision 3D pre-explosion. And there's like chandeliers, there's big pictures of the Mothman covering the walls, like dancing with people and posing next to like famous celebrities. There are sparkly banners hanging from the ceiling with disco lights flashing all around. EDM is shaking your chair. And the room, you get the scent, it smells like every Victoria's Secret perfume all at once. And you take your seat. As the curtains open to reveal an empty stage. Oh no, it's empty. Until from behind you, the Mothman comes down flying on a harness like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. And he's got one of the Backstreet Boy headsets, and he's like, "Hey y'all, it's me, the Mothman. Hope y'all ready to get fucked up tonight. Got a great show filled with fantastic band, great spirits, hot bodies. You know, they were gonna make this show 3D, but I said, sweetheart, if I got any closer, they'd want to take a bite. Y'all know what I'm saying." Crowd goes fucking wild. They're loving the Mothman. And Mothman has like these big-ass glasses, a long gown, flamboyant as shit. Alright, y'all, first up's a band that knows what they say about men with big feet. They got big socks. That's right, it's the Sasquatches, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful under those hot lights, boys. You wouldn't want to melt. And then a band of 4 massive Sasquatches take the stage, and they play a funky melody of all the greatest hits of the 70s. So there's like a they keep this going. You're allowed to get up and dance. The crowd's going crazy. One of the Squatches comes out and dances along, and the song continues until suddenly a massive light falls from above and kills the head Sasquatch, leaving him like a puddle. And then the Mothman comes out with a smile, attempting to rush them off the stage. Well, what can I say? I told him be careful under those lights. Now, you know, ladies and gentlemen, after a horrible event like that, you'd think this show would start to drag. But the only drag I know is our next group, the Sea Serpents. And let me tell you something, God, pray they used enough duct tape, otherwise y'all gonna be seeing serpents too. Ha ha! Leaves. Now, this next group of performers is a drag dance group known as the Sea Serpents. They perform for the audience. Everyone's riled up, excited to dance. The Sea Serpents are like coming in the crowd, and there's like ropes hanging from the ceiling that they're swinging on. And then, unfortunately, the final song part of it is like most of the serpents form this big pyramid, and then the last one is supposed to swing off a rope and then land at the top of the pyramid, getting caught. Yeah, but unfortunately, as they do, loud scream comes as you hear the ripping of duct tape, and blood just starts pouring down. And then it pours over the entire pyramid, and it looks very lovely. Mothman now comes out again and says, "Oh, wow, that was unfortunate. Let me tell y'all something. I've heard of the Loch Ness Monster, but that boy just became a cockless monster. Let me tell y'all right now." Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking off the stage, and it appears as though every single act is afraid to go on, and oh, now they've all been killed by trains. Well, I guess it's now up to me to finish this whole shindig. And then he sings this whole song about, like, be warned, because that was Mothman's whole shtick, was warning people about, like, bridges collapsing and shit. So he sings a bunch of stuff, and as he does, like, acts come out onto the show to join him and are immediately killed in the various ways. And then the song ends, Mothman leans down, two people come up, put the James Brown robe over him, but then he stands up, does a grandiose gesture to the skies, accidentally slapping the two people next to him back, and then they fall through a hole and die. And that's the Mothman's cocaine dance party, where everyone dies every hour on the hour.
It does explain a lot if Chris Chrisley is the Mothman.
Oh, yes! Oh, Chrisley does know best. Chrisley knows cocaine and best. Oh, fuck yes. You took a great ride and made it better with the addition of a Chrisley. So, any questions, or is that kind of just the most perfect thing that's ever happened to this show?
Oh, my wife can never listen to this.
Oh, no, why? Mothman's Drag Race?
No, I live very, very close to West Virginia, and my wife is a former resident of West Virginia.
Hi!
So, I did go to her and say, like, hey, we're doing this thing. What kind of attraction should I do? And she didn't like my suggestions.
So wait, you're saying she did not suggest a ride where the Mothman is revealed to be a drag queen who everyone around him dies?
She did not like Opium the Ride. She didn't like that.
No bad meth rising the ride.
No, she didn't like anything about Poor Education the ride.
Yeah.
The Cousins merry-go-round, she didn't like that.
That's good wordplay. Now, I will say, though, I do feel her, because when we did Alabama, I was like, if Jim does anything against my home state, I'll quit this show.
But what she did tell me, first off, she did suggest whitewater rafting.
Yeah, the rich comedy vein of whitewater rafting.
Well, I was going to name the attraction Wets Virginia, but then I realized that's the X-rated version of that Train song.
Fuck you.
So I didn't want to do that. No, I went a very technical route. My attraction is called the New River Rush.
Okay.
It is not a traditional whitewater rafting theme park ride like a Cali River Rapids or a Roman Rapids at Williamsburg Busch Gardens or anything like that.
Yeah.
It is designed more, and I've kind of went back and forth about this because of some technical limitations that I'll get into, but I wanted to do it kind of like Dinosaur at Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
But because that is like you're on a truck that has, or you're on a vehicle with 4 wheels, but the seats move. So like like how when you got sick last time you went.
Yeah, so how my spine was broken in 4 places?
Because like the actual tires aren't going up and down or anything, it's just the seats are like a motion simulator on top of wheels. So I wanted to do that, but instead of just seats, I wanted to do a raft, like a fake raft.
So kind of like the shitty Jungle Cruise ripoff thing they had at Disney Quest?
You basically put that on wheels, but it's not rubber. It's more like it just looks like a raft. My idea is that this would be more for like an advertisement, like a tourism advertisement. Like you go in knowing that it's like not themed to be like a real experience. It's themed to be like, we want to show you what whitewater rafting is like in West Virginia.
Okay.
Because it is all VR.
Ooh, okay.
So you go in, and this is where I had the problem, because most rides that are on wheels, whether it's an Omnimover ride or anything else, you have to turn around at some point and go back to unload. But I felt like if you're wearing VR and the idea is you're going down a river, it would be hard to pull off like a 90 or like a 180 degree turn, even if you like spaced it out. So instead, I thought that the queue would essentially start in the middle, and then it like basically would have 2 queues. One would go one way, one would go the other way, and
you could almost do a I was about to call it Mars Attacks, but I know that's not the right term. Mission Space. Where you've got 2 options, the lazy kind of river ride or the one that's the murder river ride.
Yeah, I did have that idea, but my idea is that basically the load for one side would be the unload for the other side.
Okay, I'm down with that. Or
so you go in and there's literally like a raft sitting there that you get into, but there's no water at all. You're just like, this is weird. There's no water, and they're telling you like there's no water. Just put this headset on. You climb into these things. It has roller coaster like shoulder harnesses that look like life vests.
Yeah.
It is a 6 rows, 4 people in a row. The outside seats have paddles built into the raft.
Okay, that's cool.
So there is a track that you're technically on a track, but there is a lot of give on the track, kind of like the Tomorrowland Speedway, how there is like a little left and right.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like more like 8 to 10 feet, if not more than that. So that basically the way you would paddle would determine sort of how you moved along this track. So you would always be going forward, but you could actually push yourself left and right. And like if you got too far to one side, if there were branches, like you would actually get hit in the face.
Holy shit! All right.
Like VR. Like we're getting too close to that bush, and then like whoever's sitting on that side of the boat, like fake branches would like hit him in the face.
Oh, I thought you meant real branches. I thought you were about to hit our beloved customers in the face on your fucking ride.
There would be like fake trees in the ride, but they wouldn't be able to see them coming. I mean, they would because it's VR. They would see them like as a real thing in their headset, but if they did get too close, it would hit them in the face.
Okay. Now, see, here was my idea, and it might be just because I was at Universal where Halloween Horror Nights has been happening, and I forgot that Stranger Things does not take place in West Virginia. It's actually Indiana. And your problem was trying to find a way to make this ride loop, because you were like, well, it'd be hard to make it go in a circle. Well, my thing is, Jim, you don't have to go horizontally in a circle. You can, of course, always go vertically. And that's, of course, when the raft goes into the upside down. And now you are rafting on a demonic puddle until it loops back around to the other side. You would have to have very strong harnessing on it, but otherwise...
I wanted this to be like mostly calm, so like the VR would tell you like, hey, the people on this side of the boat should be paddling, or the people on that side of the boat should be paddling. But there would be like scenery and like there'd be misters and wind and smelling effects and things like that. But it would literally be like you're going down this river. I don't know how to judge the speed, because whitewater rafting is pretty rough. So I had an optional idea that it would be more kind of like the Jungle Cruise thing at Disney Quest, where you wouldn't move, but there'd be like more like wind effects. But I still don't know how to make that. Also, instead of doing one solid thing for the raft, each like section of 4 seats, like front right, front left, middle right, middle left, those would be 4 separate things. So like the person sitting next to you could be going up and you would be going down, like on a raft.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that is technically possible. And because you're like harnessed in, you can't like go flying out of the ride.
I'm mad because I forgot about our new catchphrase, "It's technically possible," while I was making our new shirt today. And I'm like, damn it, I should have made an "It's technically possible" shirt.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that like this queue would actually have like those crappy like displays of like rest stop pamphlets.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Just everywhere.
Now, never has the title of opposite attractions shone so brightly as it has this week of, I don't know,
I really didn't want to do something super offensive and face some wrath I wasn't ready to deal with. I don't want to have to sleep on this futon that I'm sitting on currently.
Yeah, I just love someone tunes in like, I wonder why it's called opposite attractions. Then this week, I don't know, man, I just made this cool VR ride where you whitewater raft through West Virginia. And then, hey y'all, it's me, the Mothman!
Mothman knows best.
Mothman knows best.
He knows what's coming.
He knows what's coming for you. And it may be me if you play your cards right, sweetheart. And then he winks at the camera. So, Jim, it's been an episode. We've covered West Virginia, both its bad side and its whitewater sides. But where are we going next week?
I don't know where I'm going to find a song to title the episode for this, but I really don't want to, like, okay, here's my thought process. I don't want to stay in one... I don't want to do too much in one area of the country, but I also, like, we did New Jersey, so I don't really want to do, like, Pennsylvania or New York State, because it's like, that's kind of close. So I decided to go with Massachusetts.
Oh, fuck yes, Mass! Hell yeah!
I thought there could be, like, some history-type things there.
Oh, man, my ride's gonna be nothing but fucking Dropkick Murphys committing hate crimes. Hell
Jesus.
yes! Massachusetts.
I can't even throw a drop kick. I could try.
Damn it, Jim.
I don't know if I have the ups.
No, mine's actually going to be a Buzz Lightyear inspired shooter called Good Will Hunting, where you shoot a bunch of Matt Damons.
Save it for the show.
I'm sorry. So, Jim, it's been an episode. Where can people find you on the internet?
Oh, man. I'm on Twitter at apparently smart. As you can tell, I'm something like that.
It can technically work. He's apparently smart. And you can find me on Twitter at ScottyMo, SCOTTYEMO. Buy all my books on Amazon, Queasel Corp Trilogy, BS versus the Gods. Or you can get it on Audible. Get a free 30-day trial at audibletrial.com/BS Network, and you can get access to over hundreds of thousands of audiobooks given straight to you. You can get one of my books, Queasel Corp and Queasel Corp Risen are on there. BS versus the Gods is coming soon. So you can get all of that at audibletrial.com/BS Network. So check that out. Check out all the other shows online at aloadofpurebs.com. And remember to support us on Patreon, patreon.com/aloadofbs, or pick up some merch, including the brand new Jersey Dan Has a Posse shirt over on merch.aloadofpurebs.com. And of course, remember to rate, comment, subscribe, leave us some feedback. We need to know what you guys want. Do you want more theme park talk? Do you want some more fucked up rides? We can get whatever you want just by reviewing in iTunes or leaving a comment on the YouTube video. So do that. Make sure to listen to all of our older seasons at opposite-attractions.com. And remember to find Jim and me on Twitter at OpAtShow. That's spelled OPPATTSHOW. Are you down with OPP?